Mexico Finance Minister Édgar Amador, thank you for taking this time to sit with Bloomberg TV on the sidelines of Mexico's annual banking convention. We really appreciate your time.
On the contrary, thank you for having us.
So, I wanted to ask you about the Mexican economy. It narrowly avoided a recession earlier this year. So, what's the outlook now for the economy in this current environment of turmoil? Is recession still a risk?
Our base scenario is for the economy to post positive performance in 2025. As you may imagine, making point estimates at this moment is very difficult. Just think of what are you going to input into your model, into your calculations regarding trade, regarding tariffs, regarding our relative position compared to our main competitors in the United States market. So we arrived to the conclusion that making a point estimate is very difficult at this moment. So we came up with a range of estimates for our precriterios for 2026, which is the first preparation going forward into the 2026 budget. This means that we acknowledge what the conversation is. We know that many estimates and many analysts are factoring in negative performance for the economy. That is not our base scenario. Our base scenario is still one of a moderate expansion. We got very good news from the March numbers. The Mexican economy posted a very solid surplus in March that added up to GDP for the first quarter. So you never know. It's very difficult to come up with a precise estimate at this point in time. Mm-hmm. So we are, including range scenarios for our projections, and we still believe that we will be able to post a positive performance in the year, which will help us to be reasonably close to our fiscal estimates for the year.
Minister, the Mexico-U.S. trade relationship is at the forefront this year, and exports were part of the element that helped Mexico stay out of a technical recession. President Sheinbaum has highlighted the growth over the recent days. Can this trend be sustained, and how soon do you expect we will see more companies looking to trade under the USMCA requirements?
We are within the 90-day window period for negotiations that the Trump administration set up. It's important to highlight that thus far, Mexico and Canada, the USMCA countries, are still playing under the existing rules. As you were mentioning, USMCA rules allow exporters in the three countries, not only Mexico, in the three countries, to export without tariff. That is still happening today. As of the beginning of April, probably like 50-51% of Mexican exports use the USMCA gateway. Companies and participants now have learned that playing under USMCA rules give them a very important competitive advantage. That's what we are seeing. At least 10 or more percentage points in terms of export volume is shifting towards USMCA. Mm-hmm. We are encouraging companies, we are expediting processes in order to do so. I think the three partners under USMCA recognize that the existing rules are beneficial for the three economies, and we have many participants going through USMCA rules as of now.
Minister, we're expecting the USMCA review to happen in 2026. Do you think with the current conversations those talks could be moved and happen sooner?
We are always in conversation with the Trump administration as well with our Canadian partners. That will be up to the three players. Of course, we should acknowledge that the Trump administration is one of the most relevant participants under this scenario. It's part of the conversation. The Trump administration has spoke out about this, but it has also shown its preference to keep the current rules under, in place until 2026. So everything is on the table. We are listening, and we will take it from there.
Minister, for a final question, very quickly, the Mexican peso has remained resilient. What do you see as some of the trends behind that, and do you expect it to continue through the end of the year?
I think investors recognize that our commitment to fiscal consolidation is one of the anchors for the currency. The level of international reserves at the central bank at a record high. The trade balance for Mexico is in equilibrium. Our current account deficit is 0.3% of GDP. So you have a Mexican external fund, which is basically in equilibrium. Our commitment to a solid and convergent fiscal stance should give support to the peso. And it's always good to remember that our currency is one of the most liquids in the emerging market complex, and that is helping companies, the government, but also families and individuals to set up their planning efforts going forward.